Horoscope for April 24th, 2021. Like this video and write a comment before watching. It helps create new videos every day. Aries. You've likely been enjoying more personal freedom or free-form ideas, dear Aries. But today, there can be a need to ground yourself or deal with responsibilities. A social or emotional issue might weigh you down or prevent you from expressing yourself naturally as Venus and Saturn head into a square aspect. It's possible you feel someone isn't valuing you or seeing your true worth. Or there's a reality check with a friend or finances. It's important to get to a state of realism now. But just for the moment, it may be looking a lot more negative than it is. Aimed to tame any fears you may have. But take lessons to slow down. If you've been overworked or taken for granted recently, this is a time for making a change. Consider what you'd like to improve and recognize if you've been entertaining self-limiting attitudes. Taurus. Personal freedom has been in focus and a driving force, dear Taurus. But it's probably not mixing well with your obligations today and tomorrow. A duty could emerge that ties you down or holds you back. Or an obstacle appears just when you're feeling invincible. These are likely only temporary setbacks. Further, it may be that it's time to recognize the limitations of specific projects or efforts and determine what needs to go so that you can move forward lighter and happier. While there can be some unusual or uncomfortable feelings today, you may very well benefit from a slowdown. Criticism can be annoying, although there can be a small kernel of helpful truth in it that you might use to your advantage. Well, in many ways your ideas and advice are well received these days. And this theme will continue for a couple of weeks. Prickly problems can crop up today, as you focus on your priorities. Today is good for solving some problems or fixing errors. Gemini. Today's transits are probably better for reflection than decisive action. Dear Gemini, there can be some uneasiness, and criticism or a fear of criticism can lead to defensiveness. People may not be forthcoming or lending you their support at the moment. There might also be some uncertainty about someone's feelings towards you. Relationships, finances, and career-related matters are complicated today, and it may be difficult to state what you need directly. Look for the lesson if things are slowing down, reaching a speed bump, or not going as planned. Eventually, you'll worry less about problems and instead easily sniff out opportunities. It remains a good time for generating ideas, but attention to detail may be required for now. Cancer. While you may have been feeling quite free-spirited in some ways recently, today's energies can introduce some complications. Dear Cancer, you might feel some tension if there's a loose end to handle. The desire to enjoy friendships and independence is strong, but something or someone may seem to hold you back or stand in your way temporarily. Try not to take the ups and downs to heart. When people are self-protective, displays of emotions can be less than generous. Still, blocks and limits serve to slow you down long enough to make better plans. And it's probably for the best. You can get closer to someone today by backing off and allowing them space, even if it doesn't feel entirely comfortable doing so. Leo. Today may require a few adjustments, which can turn into an opportunity to get things right before pushing forward. Dear Leo, there can be worries and concerns regarding career, long-term goals, life direction, and partnership. Expecting negative responses can turn into a self-fulfilling prophecy today, even if you're positive. However, there can be some negative feedback. So your best bet may be to plan to deal with it as maturely as possible and aim to learn from delays or slowdowns. If you feel someone is jealous of the attention you're getting, try not to take it to heart since you can see through it. There can be some fear of disapproval or lack of support stimulated. Take into account what people important to you think, but don't be afraid to go your own way. Focusing on work and business affairs can be helpful, although you may need to clear up problems in the process. Accepting that there are obstacles to understanding one another today can help. Virgo. While you can certainly make some progress, it's a better time to make edits and adjustments than it is for full-on forward motion. Dear Virgo, there can be some frustrations if you attempt to push ahead too quickly. You might need to deal with a block or a reality check regarding current plans or initiatives. It can be a time when driving something forward sets you back, and it's better to wait or slow down. Or a project or even a relationship comes to a checkpoint. If you're feeling unfulfilled or disillusioned, don't allow it to weaken your resolve. Take the lesson from what you experience now and use it to rework your plans to a better fit for you. Realistically speaking, duties and responsibilities tend to keep you rooted for now, but there are always workarounds if you look for them. Libra. While there's been a real focus on personal freedom these days, dear Libra, there can be some reason to ground yourself today. A setback or stubbornness can bring a pause to your plans, but with some minor adjustments, you'll be back on track in no time. There can be some worries, concerns, or emotional distance to manage as Venus and Mercury are heading toward a square to Saturn. It's possible that a delay or disapproval happens now, although it's likely only a temporary slowdown. Unhappiness in relationships or when creative output can stand out, and differences in tastes, styles, or attitudes with people close to you may feel particularly disruptive. Whatever emerges can be revealing of vulnerable areas in our pursuits or relationships and insecurities within ourselves. While the energy to fight self-defeating thoughts can be temporarily low, it's only a sign to take a break or make adjustments. Scorpio. While you've been detaching yourself from certain problems and it's felt good to do so, dear Scorpio, today's energies are more sensitive. A reality check or minor letdown is possible. Family members or responsibilities to the home can feel burdensome or restricting, particularly in comparison to your relationships and social life. There could be something that bursts your bubble about a relationship, but in all likelihood, your instincts may be signaling that you might want to slow down and adjust. You're inclined to keep some things closer to the chest, but you're also rather focused on getting things done. It's better to demonstrate your commitment and show confidence in yourself and the people around you. Sagittarius. There can be the need to reassess some elements of a pursuit or even a relationship today. Dear Sagittarius, this kind of review can be helpful as long as it's efficient. There may be an obstacle to clear with current transits highlighting disapproval, blockages, self-defeating attitudes, or time constraints. You may to redo or retry instead of move plans forward, but it's temporary. Do pay particular attention to how you express yourself, whether you're not asking for enough or if you're coming across as critical. Pace yourself and double-check work today for the best results. Try not to let delays or restrictions weigh you down, but if they slow you down, this might ultimately help you get back on track. Capricorn. There can be complications with others or a natural withdrawal that allows you to gain some perspective. Slow down, or pace yourself. Dear Capricorn, while you may have been feeling on fire with passion and creative energy, there can be moments of frustration or blockage. Obstacles may be financially related on the surface of things or possibly come in the form of inner reservations or fears of not getting something right. Keep in mind that blocks are temporary, but there are also valuable lessons to them that you should note. It's a good time to pause to reflect rather than advance. It's brief and may very well help you redirect your energies more efficiently. Aquarius. Today's energies seem to ask you to slow yourself down and get centered. Dear Aquarius, you may need to throw yourself into editing work before moving ahead. You'll need to let go of the negative to embrace the positive. But first, facing the flaws seems necessary. Feelings are complicated, mainly because you require some self-nurturing at the moment. Bad timing or reservations can interfere with the natural flow of things temporarily. Try to look within rather than to others for happiness. Limits may seem to fall away or rebound off you once over this hump. The moon's move into your spirit sector can help you gain some perspective. Pisces. With pet projects, personal interests, or studies. Dear Pisces, and incoming information or sparks of ideas these days can be golden. Today, transits can produce some reserve, hesitation, or a need to reassess a situation. It's a good time to examine elements that might be keeping you from truly enjoying your life. Even if there are delays, criticism, or hesitance, slowing down a little can be helpful now. It's not ideal astrological weather for going all out or over the top. Keeping things moderate makes sense just for the time being. People may not be very forthcoming or generous today while they work through their issues, and patience may be best.